just wanna let go. I so low. Speaking on my arrow, but they don't know. Now you see the skin glow, sweet like cocoa.
Hey everybody, it's Benji, better known as Moiciara, and welcome to the month of February. This is the first video I'm starting the month of February off. I kind of want to get into some things, but we want to kind of like, warm it up a little bit. So that's why I put pink. That's why you see the festive background, because I just wanted to kind of be like, I'm in a very good place. Well, we have our good days and bad days, child, but nonetheless, I'm in a very good place today. So I kind of wanted to like share that and give that energy. So this episode of Black Gay Stuff is going to deal with gender norms in bathrooms and what that looks like for someone like me. Clearly, I'm more female identifying, so obviously I go in the ladies' bathroom. I was having a conversation with someone very close to me about bathrooms and what that looks like for someone like me. Do I ever feel nervous, or do I ever feel scared or timid or whatever? Because at the end of the day, I'm not a woman. So me going into the women's bathroom, it's like dun, 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 because they're like, oh, you're still a man, so why are you going into the women's bathroom? So I kind of want to go back a little bit. So I believe, I can't even tell you the last time I went in the men's bathroom. I never go in the men's bathroom. But I just think, like, for me, it's more a comfortability like thing. Because clearly, going into the men's bathroom looking like, the doll that I am, like, that's going to cause a lot of commotion. Now, granted, it could cause a lot of commotion in the women's bathroom too. Definitely, if there's women that have a problem with someone like me that's gay, somebody that's more female identifying like me. I don't necessarily consider myself trans. I consider myself non-gender, gender non-conforming. Y'all see, I'm trying to say the right terminology. Back in the day, it used to be very much androgynous, like, oh yeah, like whatever, like a tomboy, tomgirl type of thing. Because at the end of the day, I always tell people, how I identify. But, we in 2024, there's a lot of more specifics that comes with the territory than it used to back in the day. So, for me, I never had no issues. But when I worked at one of my previous employers, I never went into the ladies' bathroom because we had a women's, a men, and a family's bathroom. And obviously I would go in the family bathroom because I'm like, okay, cool. I ain't got to worry about the girls tripping. I ain't got to worry about the guys tripping. I can just go over here to my little gender non-conforming bathroom. But I'm hollering because this is hilarious. But I think due to more recent situations, I've seen, a lot of trans women that look more male identifying going into the ladies' bathroom, and how it's caused a lot of issues, and parents feeling like, oh no, like my child shouldn't be a witness to that. Who child? I gotta shout out my nieces and nephews. Like, I love them dearly because I feel like in 2024 they're extremely educated about what sexual identity looks like, what sexual preference looks like, and what that means for us as humans today. Because I feel like if you're not educating your kids, at a young age, and I'm not saying they have to know all the ins and outs, but you don't want your kids to look at other people who don't look necessarily like them to create a hostile environment, because a lot of times that's usually what happens. If they see, like, growing up, I didn't necessarily see people who looked like me. So if I seen someone who was feminine or gave off feminine energy who was a man, I was like, wow, like, that doesn't seem like that should be right. Because from what I know, like, I grew up around a bunch of boys. Like, I have a bunch of boy cousins, and all of them are pretty masculine. You know, I never really had too much female representation outside of my aunts, my mom, you know, my sisters. I have two older sisters, and I seen a lot of female identity there. But outside of that, like in my regular norm, like no, I grew up around, you know, a bunch of guys, and I knew, you know, femininity was something that was inside of me, you know, at a very young age. Y'all, there's a video about that. I don't feel like going down that road, but I just want to kind of bring it on back to, you know, educating your children. So if you see someone like me going into a bathroom, to not be like, it's because kids don't know no better. And if you teach your kids, like me, when I was growing up, anything that I think that was wild, and I was with my parents, I know kids are, you can't wrangle all the kids together. But I'm just saying, like, growing up, I knew not to create a hostile environment or create tension, or say anything crazy, because I just didn't want to do that. I don't know. It's just maybe because I was more like afraid of my parents, that I just didn't want to be like, oh, dun dun dun, saying something crazy that would have them in an uncomfortable position because me being so outspoken. Like mentally, honey, I was outspoken, but verbally, I wasn't outspoken because I just didn't want. I just didn't want the drama. But that brings it on back to if you see your child react to something, and you react in a more irate behavior to the situation, because I've seen some videos of people, you know, making the situation way bigger than it could be, when normally, see, this the thing where I'm saying, like, people don't know how to, like, respect people, and they don't know how to approach people, because the right thing would have been to go to, you know, that trans woman or trans man, you know, and ask them why are they going into the ladies' bathroom, or why were they in the ladies' bathroom. And if they say they transgender, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? You gonna you know, or what? Like, if you're not gonna really do anything about it, you have to let people be and allow them to be in a space where they can be themselves. And you know what? We want to marginalize everybody to be on this same kind of wavelength with us. In reality, we're not. We're never gonna be like that. We see that with our country, we see that with the world, we see that everywhere. Like, we're always unbalanced. We're never balanced. We've never been balanced from the point to the beginning, from the very beginning all the way to now. We've never been balanced, so it's never going to happen. And unfortunately, for people that look like me, that walk and talk and act like me, is I'm not going to say it's difficult. It's more difficult now, because I honestly believe that it's a lot easier walking my life now, definitely, because I'm just, you know, I'm just so set in my skin about it. But also, I just think about, you know, the folks that are growing up underneath me, you know, such as my nieces and nephews and all these other kids that are witnessing the change of the world, and what that looks like for people that don't necessarily look like them, you know. So for me, pertaining to utilizing a women's bathroom, like, I'm laughing because it's just, I think about how much people put on it when it's literally just a toilet with a sign that says women's on the outside of the bathroom. It don't get no simpler than that. And I know people probably want to argue with me about that, because they're probably like, well, the ladies mean that mean they can just go in the men's bathroom. Child, you gotta piss, you gotta do what the fuck you gotta do. Go in that men's bathroom and go piss and wash your hands and come on up out of there, and make it that easy. Like, it doesn't have to be so complicated as people want to make it to be, because like I said, we live in this world with all these isms that we create these boundaries where people feel like, well, if that means this person can do that, mean that person can do that. And no, it's to me, it's all about respect. Now, if you, it's crazy to say this because it's going to sound very like, you know, like biased. Now, me, obviously, I'm passing. So me going into a women's bathroom isn't going to create as much tension as it someone who looks more male identifying. And I can't I can't dictate someone's journey and what they look like and what that is for them, because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. And you have to know exactly, I'm going to say, your environment. You have to know your environment, no matter how comfortable you may be and what that may look like, because you don't want to create a hostile environment for yourself where it could become something fatal, because that's just would be, unfortunate. And I don't know, it's just I don't know, it's like I don't want to sound like, evil or judgmental, even though I am judging. Like I'm calling a spade, I'm judging. But I also feel like it's important for you to be the best representation for yourself. Like, and I know that looks different for everybody, because what my representation looks like for me don't look like to the next person, or look like to the next person. And you just have to be mindful of that, because what everybody see, you don't see. Like what I see is like how I look and how I feel. Next person be like, oh well, you don't look that much like no female, and da 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 da. You like a nigga. So it's like, and then there'll be next person like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're stunning. Like, oh, I never know, I would have never known. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to just always be aware. And I'm not saying it's the most comfortablest thing to do, to always feel like you're being boxed in, but child, I can get into a whole nother conversation about that, because I personally feel like, being part of the LGBTQIA elemental, y'all know, community is so many layers now, than what I thought it was growing up. Like, I was like, oh, it's a lesbian, they gay, they bisexual, they a transgender, they a drag queen, they a stud, they a butch queen. They're like, it's so many. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so many layers to it. Oh, excuse me. It's so many layers to it. And I just want to kind of speak on how, like, going into the women's bathroom is a representation for me. Being who I am, me knowing who I am, what I am, how I move about in this world. Because, like I said, people will look at me depending on who, what, when, where, how, why. I'm not going to ever say there might be a time where there may be like somebody trying to call me out or whatever, but it's up to me to dictate on how I want to react to that. Like, my whole thing is like, bitch, why the fuck you concerned about it, But I know that's the more aggressive way, I'm laughing because it just amazes me how much people will be concerned about what bathroom you go in, because that dictates your gender. Not who you are, not what you do, how you live your life. Are you good to people? Are you kind? None of that. But do you go into the men's bathroom or do you go in the women's bathroom? So, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on this topic, you guys. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. All my socials are down in the description box below. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, y'all.